All right, welcome back to Market Day Report, and we're about to have a big report, man. It's a big market report. How about that? That's apropos. That's my French for the day. I'll not do it again. Let's take a look and see what these markets are like going into the number, because they're bound to change, aren't they? I mean, boy, I don't know if I've ever seen something not change, but here we go. We're a little bit lower in corn, about 4 cents across the board. Actually not. We're only about 2.5 cents across the board. That's March. Nobody cares about March anymore. 4.35 is last. 4.35 and a quarter is last in May corn. That's down 2 3/4 cents. Diesel is down 1.5 cents to 467.5. Let's go to the beanies. What's going on there? Well, we're about 8 cents lower there in the soybeans to 11.58 1/4. You know, I should probably be writing this down just so we get a good idea of where we're at. So we're going to be down. Let's call beans down. We'll go beans down 8 cents, right? So, and we got corn was down 2.5 last time we checked. So just to make sure we got an idea about what happens after the number. Let's go to the Chicago wheat market. Let's say that's up 8 cents across the board on average, right? May's up 8.5 cents to 5.37 even. We're a penny off the high there. You go out to the D, that's up 7.5 cents to 5.79 1/4, and that's only a tick off the high. So we're going to go Chicago wheat's up, what did I say, 8 cents? Yeah. All right, and then moving over to the hard red wheat in Kansas City. What's that going to be up? I'm going to say on average 7 cents. We'll round up. So Kansas City KW, that's up 7. We've got a May board up 6.5 cents to 5.81 1/4. It's a penny off the high there. Deese is up 7 3/4 cents to 5.92. That's just 2 ticks, a half cent off the high there. From Kansas City, let's go to the spring wheat. Spring wheat's, we're going to call it up 3.5. So that's Minneapolis wheat up 3.5, and that's May 3.5 higher to 6.58 1/4. Penny and 3/4 off the high of the day. Deese is up 3 1/4 cents to 6.79. But now we know where we're starting and how we're, if this market does move, you'll be able to know where we actually moved from, not the net total day on the day change. How about cotton? The bottom fell out of this thing overnight, 378 points lower. May stands at 95.50. And you know what, folks? That's only 21 points off the low of the day. And I'm going to say we had a $6-point range. Look at that. Boy, oh boy. All right, let's bring in our guest analyst. It's Joe Lardy. Joe, my apologies. The number's in 12 minutes, so whatever we say here is going to be absolute moot. But I think everybody that wants to be short is probably short. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think we've seen the market kind of do the short covering over the last few days here, and finally break that trend of the funds just punishing the market. And it's pretty a normal occurrence going into a report. And all things considered, this report shouldn't give us much of anything. I think people are going to first turn right to South America to see what kind of cuts they're going to make there, if they're going to make some cuts. I mean, the range of estimates on South American production are all over the board, and it's frankly wide enough to drive a few semis through. So that's probably where people's attention is going to lie. The U.S. expectations are, up 1 million tons, down a few million tons. That's not market moving stuff. So we just need to get through this report, and then we can start trading weather and looking ahead towards that March acreage report.
Dude, I used to hate, I was in my 30s and standing in the pits in London. I hated it because we would always say the same thing. We got to get through this report. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
In this business, we're constantly wishing our lives away. I mean,
yeah,
it's always get over this one and we can worry about the next one. That's what it feels like, right?
Yeah, well, we're looking for a new input. We're looking for the thing that's going to get these markets moving, right? Because it's our livelihood. It's what we do, and right now there just doesn't feel like we have that catalyst. We need weather. We need acres numbers. We need stocks numbers. We need something to kind of shake the foundation a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in equities and interest rates, you've had interest rates to shake the foundation a little bit for the last, couple, 3 years, but it's been hard. Like this, also, this is a time of year, we don't have a bunch of news either for the grains, do we?
No, this is kind of the doldrums, but then, things really start to liven up at the end of the month with, the acreage and stocks report, and then that'll feed into the April WASDE, and then we are into planning progress. So that's when stuff starts to get really fun.
Yeah, well, that's when you bring in the weather, and that's when, there's a whole nother, I could do another show on planning progress and how they come up with those numbers. And look, you saw the jobs numbers here today and the revisions here today. It's amazing what's going on behind the scenes, but we'll see. But that's another thing. You can't fight City Hall, can you? You got to trade the numbers you get.
Yep, whatever they give us, that's what we work with.
And that's
Agree or disagree.
right. There's no benefit about being dead right. So you can't, even though you might be right and you're going to get run over and lose all your money, it's not worth it. So you got to go with the flow, right?
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah, so that's what you get in numbers like today. So I've written down where we are right now. So when the numbers do come out in about 9 minutes, we'll be able to see what the net change is on the day. But it's going to be interesting. So here we go. We're going to go in 10 minutes time. We're going to be worrying about weather and the end of the month. So we're going to wish our lives away even more. I appreciate it. You're always great to have on. Have a great weekend, Joe. Joe Lardy, Invergrove Heights, CHS. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock with me right after this.